Today on #MomsOnAMission, we sit down with Bistra Milovansky, immigration lawyer turned yogini, to talk about ways to overcome the stress that comes with motherhood. We are moms, we are friends, we are moms on a mission. Bistra Milovansky is a New York City-based immigration lawyer for people in the arts, Kundalini yoga teacher, musician, and promoter of meditation and the healing power of sound, music, and chanting. She is a practicing Tibetan Buddhist, surfer, and ocean activist. Welcome to the show, everyone. #MomsOnAMission with myself, Aisha Aldek, and
Lucia Dragos, and thanks for watching Woman to Woman TV. We have a very special guest with us today. Bistra, can you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you?
I have so much to share that I would love to be part of this program, so much to share my experience and my knowledge. I'm a yoga teacher, Kundalini yoga teacher, as well as a sole practitioner immigration lawyer in New York City. Immigrated to America 20 years ago. It's been a long journey, but it was all worth it. Gypsy spirit. From Bulgaria.
So when you came to New York, you were a mom, right?
Well, when I came to New York, it was in 1998. Before that, I lived in Canada for 7 years. But when I came to Canada first in 1990, I came with a 5.5-year-old child.
Wow.
Suitcase and $650 in my pocket. I'm crediting where I am today to the fact that I was a single mom and immigrant, really, because this journey taught me so much about anything that any woman needs to know. And what we need to know is that we need to become the parent of ourselves first, so that we can join the game and the play and the fun with our children and be really successful in sharing that happiness and joy of being, just whoever it is that we are, perfect the way we are. It took some time to get to that realization, but I'm here and I'm here to share.
All right. So Aisha, well, you have 3 children.
I do. Yes, it could be overwhelming, and it could be.
How do you deal with the tiredness, with not sleeping and?
There were times that I was very, very tired, especially with the twin babies. I nursed them for 13 months.
Wow.
And the first part of it was very difficult because it is not like with one baby, you have this humongous pillow and with 2 babies. So that's a lot of work and it's exhausting. And with opposed to one baby waking up every 2 hours, you have 2 of them waking up every 2 hours to feed. So it was an experience. It was very overwhelming, and I had a lot of problem with sleep deprivation, and my husband had to go to work, and I don't have my family here, so I wasn't getting too much of a help. Like, I received some help from my husband's family, but I didn't have my family here, so it was a bit more difficult than having one child. So yeah, I had a hard time.
Probably your son also, he was 5 at the time. Probably he went to soccer and all this.
He had a lot of
activities.
He had a lot of things. I was pregnant with twins, and I was part of his school activities, and he had all these performances that I didn't want to miss. Even though one of my babies didn't want me to walk, like she was stuck on my hip. So I made the effort to do all these things while I was pregnant with the twins. And then right after I gave birth to them, I continued all these things because I didn't want him to feel, oh my goodness, there's 2 people in the house and now I'm not a part of this. And I didn't want him to feel that. So I tried my best to do everything.
Yeah. But I think that's one of the problems with the overwhelmed moms, that overscheduling the kids.
Yeah.
Oh, well, he has to be in the soccer team, and he has to be in that team, and the kumo and the whatnot. And we don't give ourselves and our children break. And sometimes it's okay to not be in all of these activities, in my opinion.
Yeah.
My son only goes to soccer, and I think that's fine for now.
Yeah.
I should probably chime in here because for me it was a matter of creating a strategy, a life strategy. When I came to America 20 years ago with a small child, first I didn't know any English, so I had to learn the language, I had to adjust to the culture and all that, and I had to do it with a child. So there was a moment of realization that I need to develop tunnel vision a little bit. You have to really stay focused on one thing at a time. Multitasking, I realized, kills creativity,
Yes.
kills everything.
That's very important, yes.
And what happens in any situation is where there is mother or parent and a child, there is nowhere to go. You come back home and you look at the child and the child needs to eat. You can't even die.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
that realization was the biggest realization, that I cannot even die. I have to keep on going. So how do you do that? And the whole epiphany came to me when I realized that what the issue of this whole society was, coming from Bulgaria myself, like Lucia, where I had the whole net of support, all the parents, cousins,
Right.
grandmothers, everybody is there. Here, nobody, not a single soul to help you sometimes. For me, it was for a long time. So it was the realization that this society is different than Bulgaria because it has replaced rituals with schedules. And I was brought up with rituals.
Wow. Never thought of that, but
I was brought up with rituals, as you are, all of us, by grandmothers, by grandparents, and there was a ritual of breakfast, there was a ritual of lunch, there was a ritual of dinner, there was the ritual of Sunday, there was the ritual of going out with the grandmother, with the
the
grandparents.
siesta time, 2 to
Siesta
4.
There was the ritual of going to the Black Sea to have long vacation, to go skiing in the winter. So none of these rituals was ever possible when you're an immigrant, a single parent. And the realization was that I have to create our rituals for myself and my daughter and my kid. And I did create those, but I created them like that. I created them first for me and second for her. Because as a single parent immigrant, you realize also that you're a little bit like in a plane where they say we have an emergency situation and we're going to be dropping the breathing apparatus here. So they say if you are accompanying a child, put your mask first,
Right.
and then put the mask to the child. So immigrating as a single parent and living as a single parent and living as a parent in period is a little bit like that. We have to be here for our children, but we have to be healthy, we have to be relaxed, we have to be happy,
Yeah.
so that we can give that. If we don't love ourselves, we have nothing to give to our child.
Yeah.
It's a very big realization as well. So with that, yoga, I was born to a yogi father and a non-yogi mother. So in growing up in communist Bulgaria, it was a big challenge to find the balance. Religion in our country was the opium of the masses. So where do you find spirituality? You go out and you find it. I found it in Tibetan Buddhism somehow. I came to it, and through my father's example, I realized I was able to build this organic spirituality that was just my spirituality and nobody else's. So in that sense, I think a good advice for every parent would be to have a meaningful philosophy of life for yourself, so you can share it with your children. Now, what happens is my daughter would come back home and would say, "Mom, how come nobody tells these things that you're telling me to their children? I'm the only one who will say that." I say, "That's fine. I mean, that's fine. You and I, we know that this is what it is for us. So we have our life to live. We're not going to be living anybody else's life." So that realization, it also helped me a lot, that even though we are one and we are one love and we're one people and we're all different. We're all different aspects of that oneness, of that love. And we have to really build that understanding and create that space in the mind and the soul of our children, so that they understand their uniqueness.
Yeah.
That they have to have this ability to survive no matter what.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Of
Whatever
course.
it is that life throws at you, you have the ability to turn it into whatever lemons come to your way. You have the ability to turn them into a lemonade.
Yeah.
With sense of humor, with ease, with positive outlook on life, and by knowing that how bad could it go?
Yeah.
I mean, what could happen if I don't get on time here or there or whatever? But when you have the time it's like a little bit like a sacred time of togetherness of the family, however big this family unit is at the moment. We're all soul family. When you have that time for a ritual and you just stop time for a moment and focus on the moment and realize the moment, then you know past is gone, future hasn't come yet, all we have is just now. Then you understand the power of now.
Yeah.
So
Literally.
be present in every moment.
Being present,
But
whatever
you
your
brought a
previous-
great point, like when you said that multitasking kills creativity. Yesterday,
kills
I was
everything.
right. Yesterday, I was reading an article about
The mojo as well.
right. So they were saying we are creative in that state of dream-like, like daydreaming.
Yes.
But you cannot get that when you multitask.
Yes, exactly.
So
And
for me,
that's-
it's the playground. When my son plays on the playground, now it's big enough. I don't have to watch him all the time.
see, this
I
is
try to meditate
exactly.
or
This is
read
this
the book.
You're
My time.
You're bringing it into the conversation very beautifully, because this is the need for contemplative practices. Whatever that practice is, daydreaming, meditation, prayer, it's all the same. It's basically self-hypnosis. It's what our ancestors used to do by shaking a shaker or drumming, beating a drum, or playing music or dancing in one place, whatever. All of that spirituality that is forgotten, the dreaming, the playing, the music, the dancing, all that puts the mind in a state of trance, where it is said that hypnosis and hypnotherapy from medical perspective is pretty much transformation. You put the mind into a state of trance so that you can form whatever it is that you want to form. And you bombard your subconscious mind with positive messages. Like the lady who you had in
On
your
Skype in the previous
in the
segment.
previous segment, she was saying positive psychology is something that we have the obligation to ourselves to build in. And we do it through meditation, which is, I do it through meditation. To me, this is the spa in a pocket. You meditate, you breathe, you carry it with yourself. You can use it at any given moment in time. So if I would have one suggestion to anybody, just meditate. Learn to meditate. It's not easy. It's not difficult at all. We used to know it when we were growing up as children.
I use an app, and it's
Whatever-
a guided meditation, because for me it was hard to concentrate.
Yeah, it's
Now everything is on the apps, you know.
Right,
Yeah,
so
everything
every
is on the
morning
apps,
I
everything.
meditate every morning, and I do a
Yes.
little yoga.
Yes.
It's my ritual.
Yes.
But I have to do it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I just can't have
That's exactly
productive
right.
day or
And the
yeah.
whole thing is that through meditation, you know, I say that I have grandchildren, and a lot of people don't believe that.
because you look amazing.
in yoga class. But the thing is that for the last 8 years, I've been 23 years old in my meditation. So my meditation goes like this. I wake up in the morning and I literally say those words to myself. I say it's going to be a beautiful, I close my eyes, focus on my third eye from inside, so that I feel a little bit of pressure in the optical nerve. That's the way to do it. And then I do something that is called Gyan Mudra, where where you touch your thumb to your index finger. The reason we do that is because we want to create this energetic circuit in our
I
body.
was
That's
wondering
Can we do
why
it
they
now?
do that.
Let's do it.
That's
Yeah.
from-
Let's
that-
do
that-
it.
that's
Okay.
from a-
Our
know.
guests as well. All right,
Yeah.
everyone.
So that's from a yogic perspective.
And you have to uncross legs, or it doesn't matter?
Doesn't matter. I mean, we're not going to
It
be
should
very
be comfortable, right?
However you feel comfortable and able to get into yourself. Remember one thing: the only way out of any stress, any crisis, is to go in
Okay.
through meditation, through your breathing, through your discipline of your mind. So thumb touches the index finger, and this is called Gyan Mudra, and it is called Gyan Mudra because it we want to touch. This is our ego. The thumb is our ego. The index finger signifies Jupiter, the planet Jupiter. Jupiter is the teacher, is the guru. Guru means from darkness to light. Nothing else. Teacher, from darkness to light. So in the age of Aquarius that we are now, we want to awaken the teacher within us. We want to call upon our own spirit and ask him, show me the way. And we want to use Jupiter as opposed to Saturn because Jupiter is the fun teacher.
Okay.
He's the one who says, oh, great, no matter how great you're doing.
We
So-
want the fun
Okay,
teacher.
so-
Let's do it.
so
Yes.
we want the fun teacher. We put our hands just on our knees. We close the eyes. The focus goes into the third eye from inside the eyebrow, between eyebrow section. You feel a little bit of tension, the optical nerve. Then take a deep breath. You hold the breath. And exhale. Again, take a deep breath. Straight spine. And exhale. Take a deep breath. Hold the breath. Inhale a little bit more. Hold it. And exhale. Right, now open your eyes. So this is the simplest and most efficient, effective, helpful meditation that you can come up with.
Oh, I feel lighter. It is like it feels like when you were talking about it. It is like a spine in the pocket. I'm putting it in my pocket. I'm taking home.
Yes, that's you want to do it. Obviously, you want to do it a little bit longer. However longer you can do it, but just set that intention. So when I do this meditation in the morning, I say to my mind, I'm 23 years old and I'm 110 pounds. Because our mind, our
I should do
subconscious
that.
mind.
I should do that.
Yes, and you can say all the things that you'd like to achieve. You know,
Right.
I've been 23 for the last 8 years.
But you say it in the present tense, right? As
Yes,
if already
yes,
happened.
Yes, you
Already
say
there.
Right.
You say it as if it is here, because the subconscious mind, it's all based on, I've done an extensive research just for my own purposes, but it's all science. It's based on the idea that the subconscious mind doesn't make a difference between suggestion, dreaming, and
Reality.
reality. We're 85% water. So there is this Japanese scientist who did the research on how vibrations and sound affect the water in our body. So what he did was he took all these cups of water and he exposed them to the speeches of Hitler, to the music of Mozart, to loving words between men and women, and then he takes out the drops of water, freezes them, and turns them into crystals. So he observes them under the microscope and sees how when loving words are exchanged, it's a perfect snowflake-like crystal formation. When it's the speeches of Hitler, they're just deformed. When there is a sign, I hate you, water reads. So the hatred is shown like a deformed
The shape changes.
Deformed
the shape.
shape, yeah.
Wow.
So he drew
I
the
believe that.
conclusion. He drew it's all science.
Yes.
He drew the conclusion. The hidden messages in water is his book. So you may look it up if you want to. So the conclusion is this: if sound, words, thoughts do these things to water, imagine what we can do with our thinking to our body. We're 85% water. So the mind doesn't know who you're angry at.
Yeah.
Doesn't care. It gets the message, oh, anger, anger, anger. So all your water freezes or becomes something else,
Yeah.
whatever. Or you say, love, 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 love. Doesn't care whether there is another person. So love, in my observation, is a frequency. As a yogi. It is said that when we are in love with another person, our heart vibrates in the same frequency as the sun. So as yogis, what we do is we try to bring our body, our mind and spirit to that frequency of love and keep it there.
Yeah.
And be in love 24/7. And it begins with us, begins with our own ritual of saying that we're perfect the way we are, but with the ability to operate from a place of neutrality. We have the critical mind and the positive mind, the negative and the positive. We need both because we don't want to be extreme, but we need to realize them so that we can operate from a place of neutrality. The place where the Dalai Lama says, love is the absence of judgment. So that place where there is no judgment or self-judgment being the hardest judgment of all.
Yeah.
That's very hard.
Yeah, very hard.
We're so used to being hard on ourselves.
And when you operate from that place, your child naturally picks up on it,
Yes.
and naturally comes up to you. And it doesn't matter, your guilt can only, disturb this perfect communication that we have with our children.
Well, those were great points, and I'm definitely going to do that exercise. So simple and so short.
And just add those affirmative words that you want to hear. For example, I would say, do that morning and evening before you go to bed, because you have to set an intention for the night. Now, in Tibetan Buddhism, there is this practice that I do, which is called dream yoga. So for me, the time of the night when you want to rest is the most productive creatively time, because we spend 30% of our time sleeping. If we are to live 90 years, 30 years are spent in dreamland. So we may as well use that time instead of having nightmares and all kinds of, pointless worries or whatever. We can really create. So what I do is I clear up my mind from all the things that happen during the day. I just do a little review of, okay, I did this, I did that, I did this, I did that. Now the night is ahead of me. And for the night, you just set an intention. For example, I resolve all my legal issues, problems that I have as a legal practitioner, as well as a writer or whatever. I write a lot. So I say, Spirit, show me the way. How do I do this? Because you want to call upon your own spirit. Our spirit is our best teacher. Our spirit knows what's best for us. And if we believe in reincarnation, our spirit has seen this before. So it has already a spiritual memory that is awakened and is kicking into the teaching process.
Wow,
That's
Bistra,
amazing.
thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I learned a lot. And now we all know that we can stay at 23 years old forever. Forever. We do a spine in the pocket all the time. And I'm going to say that to everybody, like keep your spine in your pocket and then stay 23. It will bring more fun to our lives as moms. And I'm sure it's going to help with the sleep deprivation and all the overwhelming situations that we go through. But I think we all can say that spine in the pocket is the best way to go.
Yes.
I think so.
So thanks for watching. #MomsOnAMission and Woman to Woman TV. Any suggestions, questions, tweet us at Eldekaishe, at Lucia Dragos, or at Woman to Woman TV.
Thanks for watching.
Peace.
Fantastic.
Well, Aishe, okay, let's cut because my son is here. What happened?
We need snacks.
Okay, okay, get the bag there. That's my son. It's the gray and the pink.
Okay.